Is the caller still there or did they hang up?
Okay, let's.
Now, caller, we going into a different show. It done got hot up in here,
Right.
hot up in
We're
here.
gonna change and we're gonna get me in the middle.
All right, we gonna move.
Right on the show. We're gonna do this right on the show.
Yeah, we flipping around, switching it
I'll
around,
slide over this way.
and you'll let us know when we have a commercial break. Facebook Live, we going into another show. Oh, I need to switch places with you.
Yes.
You want me to switch?
Uh-huh.
Switch. So what is this? The co-pilot?
Oh yeah. You're the co-pilot now.
Okay, is that what we doing? We switch.
We switching up.
Switching up. We good with all that?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I thought you.
All right, we just switched positions.
Yes. Move
wait a minute. This is his phone. Hey, what's up?
Hey everybody.
We run Detroit, 88.1 FM. We run Detroit. Okay, now we can ready to do something different.
That's right. We're doing something different today, ladies and gentlemen.
This is not turn up and pull up
This
time.
is not turn up. This is elevation time.
Elevation.
Now this here is dedicated to the sisters, the ladies out there who are interested in becoming something greater right now. Those who are going through the trials and tribulations of life. Now the brothers, I'm gonna kick it back with y'all real soon. But right now, I'm focused on my sisters. My sisters out there, they need a shoulder to cry on mentally. They need to be able to hear somebody speak about what's going on in life in a way that has them feeling a lot better than what they've been feeling. You see, so what I want to do is I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Now I'm gonna interview you.
Oh, you finna interview
Yeah,
me?
I'm gonna interview you.
Yes.
Now, when it comes down to being a person of high standards, you know, a classy sister with good morals and things of that nature, with you being this type of person, a person who's a chief, you got many titles, you got all these different wonderful things that you are in charge of. You got your business going. What are some of the things that you have for the people to use as a tool for information of leveling themselves up, getting their lives up to a higher frequency?
I believe you should go to Global Empowerment and work on your economic growth.
Mm-hmm.
Have some economic power to help change things for the righteous. So they don't have to do strange or freaky things to show us their talents, to showcase the art, the science behind their beauty of their beings. They should be able to showcase singing, dancing, whatever, without being molested, raped, fondled, ashamed, or have to give up their soul or whatever. They should be at peace because they create so much beautiful art, sciences. When we watch our entertainers, they deserve respect to the highest degree. My cousin was Sam Cooke. Somebody murdered him. Come on, let's have some love in our heart.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's have love in our heart and stop hurting each other. Just, forgive them. Forgive each other. Ask for forgiveness. Ask God to forgive you for your sins. The ones you don't know about. The ones you know about. And just don't forget. Don't keep making the same mistake. Don't endanger yourself for a fool.
That's right.
Don't you once you know it's not gonna be right, well, don't be where it is not going to be right. Learn how to be where you have to do the right everything. Now you in a relationship, you got to grow and learn each other. Learn each other. Learn to love each other. You should be focused. To move in life, you need finance. It takes finance to uplift the nation. So you need to work on an LLC or a DBA. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, trust funds, insurance policies, things that bring you into a higher frequency with finance. Learn about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Practice and promote. Holy and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. Learn how to meditate. Learn how to do things to focus on your chakras. Learn how to control your action, words, and deeds to a higher degree to protect and serve you, your family, your community. Come into a comprehension level that you need to have your own business. You need to employ people where you can give people jobs, help teach the brothers and sisters. I seen an episode on Dr. Phil where they was teaching them not to be so evil. They was teaching them not to do those negativity things. They was teaching them how to be men that can help us. That can help the sisters. I watch the sisters tell me they be working 100 hours or more. How is you working 100 hours or more, sister? Right. What happened to the brother? Like my man, Honorable Louis Farrakhan, provide, protect, profess. What happened to provide, protect, and profess? You got to talk to that woman. You need a job. If you're not going to accept the woman, what the brother was saying, oh, they're not going to give you what you want. It ain't about what we want and need. Your job is we shouldn't have to tell a man what we want and need. They supposed to know as a man. And sometimes they have to be taught. I'm a female. I'm a woman. I can never teach you how to be a man. I'm going to go around a man that I done seen that ain't doing people wrong. Ain't doing illegal happiness. Okay, is that good enough for you?
Yes,
I gave you a spiel on
hey, I love it. So what's going on with us as a people? The women, the men, the children, the elders, all of us have issues or problems.
Of course.
And so I've learned to reword my situations that's going on so that I put a different kind of energy on it. So some of the stuff that I found myself being able to operate with is being able to be honest with myself, being able to dig into who I am and see all my faults. As I said on the last show, to be able to place myself outside of my circle. See, when you actually living in a circle, you're in the first person's place. So you're actually there and you're involved. It's happening. Work, issues, problems. So what I do is I pull myself out and I observe what you call problems. I call them character building moments.
That's right. Your stepping stones.
Right. As you go through life, you have to go through these things to experience what you either want to continue doing or recede from doing. You back up and you allow yourself some better space so you can regroup, reboot, and realign yourself back where you belong. Okay? So what I did was I did a thing called Operation Forgiveness.
All right.
Level 1. Now, this Operation Forgiveness is about us, first of all, like I said before, in order to start fresh and brand new with a better you must be honest with yourself. You need to be a counselor with your own self, a therapist with your own self, a director, a person, a producer who has the ability to pinpoint all of your exotic nonsense. Any of the emotional constipation that you're working with. You need to see how to do the spring cleaning on your own self. Go within. Find out what it is that you know that you're on a narcissistic level. And that's both men and women, children as well as our old elders. Okay? And when we look into who we are and we see where we at, you have a lot of trash built on top of all that pure innocence that you was raised to work with as a child. You was raised to do right, to be right, to get better, to do better, to become even greater, to become ultimate. Well, for most families, that's what the elders and other family members, they push for others in their family to become better people. So as time progresses and you're going through all of the stress and things of that nature, you're being bombarded and overran by all of these things that make you want to escape. It makes you want to grab the cell phone and just be in the cell phone just to escape that you just had a bad day or etc. So the thing is now to separate yourself from the electronics and get back into the naturalness of yourself. And write down and do some homework, do a report card. How have you been for these last 5 years? How have you been for these last 6 months? How have you been for this last 2 weeks? How have you been for these last 3 days in life? How did you do today? Have a report card on yourself and keep it real with yourself. The part of the real that looks at other people and you are able to pick constructive criticism, by the way. We're going to talk about constructive criticism.
That's right.
That you're able to pick out things that people that's in your life can improve on.
Right.
Now, that person that's critical like that, you're not being a butt wipe or anything. You're not being mean. You're just being a constructive corrector or suggestion maker. You see?
You do self-examination.
Yeah, you do self-examination, and you allow yourself to correct what you see is incorrect.
Analyze.
Yeah. But
analyze yourself.
That's right. Write it down. Write down what is your we'll call them your flaws, your drawbacks, the things that pet peeves, things that you feel that you could do without. That's useless energy to be used on something else. You could use that negative energy or that procrastinative energy. You could use that kind of energy to place it somewhere else where it's useful. Okay, so my Operation Forgiveness is dealing with this. Now, I'm going to read you something. It's a bit long, but with this being my show, I'm going to read it so that whoever takes something good out of this, they'll take it and use it as a tool. So some of those who are out there will be able to relate to this as a testimony. We all have testimonies, and each other's testimony is to strengthen us, to improve us, to make us see out of our peripheral as well as our front view of where we should be headed now. Because when you hear people's life situations, you can either relate to it and say, dang, that was my life 2 years ago, or that's my life right now. That might be my life in the next 2 months if this or that don't happen properly. So this right here is just basically, from me to you all, me going through the metamorphosis. I was in a cocoon. This right here is me coming out of my cocoon, okay? This right here. Now, before I get started reading this, I'd like to give an amazing shout out to the Lions. I want to give a shout out to all our teams, the Red Wings, the Tigers, as well as the Pistons. We just did a fashion show. We did
with the NBA.
Yes, we did an amazing show. The people, the crowd loved us. It was something to witness, okay? We got more great ones coming.
Can I give a shout out?
Yes, please give your shout out.
Happy birthday, Taylor May.
Pappuccino on here.
My favorite best friend, Elaine. Taylor Made on Facebook. Happy birthday. What up, though? We run Detroit, 88.1 FM.
Wow. Okay, so now where was I? I was talking about. I remember everything. I think. See, and that's another thing, people. When you have things going on in your life so much, you gotta remember your words are so powerful that you can pull those words back. I mean, you can use those words to pull back whatever it is that you may forget, for example, or lose or misplace. So a lot of times when things get misplaced, or I don't say I ever forget. I only misplace something that's not lost.
Failure.
Okay.
It's called failure to recall.
Yeah, failure to recall. So what I do is I reboot myself by speaking it back into the universe that I remember exactly what I was about to say. I remember some of the thoughts that I had that was on the tip of my tongue. Now it's on the tip of my brain, and it's there. It's vivid, and it's right there in my face. So that's one of the things. And then another thing is when you find yourself losing things or things of that nature, what I do is I say, I see myself with that business card of that person who wanted to do business with me. That card is not lost. It's just out of my sight. It is in my sight right now. I have it in my hand. So that's one of the other things.
That's right. That's what we've been talking about.
That's one
manifestation.
Yeah, that's one of my other things that I use to help bring things to fruition. See, when you speak what you choose to have in your life, then you have to own up to it. You are responsible for your words. So a lot of people out there, they speak about, oh, I'm broke. I caught a flat tire. Oh, this stuff always happened to me. The police just put me on there. Why they keep See, those things right there need to be cut right now from your mouth. Because you got to remember one thing. Your body is the genie bottle, your mind is the genie, and your mouth, your tongue is the magic wand. And the words you speak are you casting spells out into the universe. The spell that I'm speaking of is you casting out the words that you are asking the universe to give you. So therefore, it is your responsibility, and you owe it to yourself and your family to continue to speak properly, to write up a script with the universe. In the AM, what I like to do is before I go to work, I get up at 4:30 in the AM. That means I go to bed early. That means I take care of my business throughout the day and don't parlay and be bull crapping around. What I do is I make sure I stay on the schedule because I was a person who was always late for everything, procrastinative, always, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll get to it later, oh, I'll make a call later. I said the only way that you can break your habits, your bad habits, your useless habits, is that you got to change your pattern. And how do you change your pattern? By doing things different. So what I start doing, instead of going to bed at 2 and 3 o'clock in the a.m., I start going to bed at 8 and 9 and waking up at 4 o'clock. In the summertime, now right now I'm not doing it, but in the summertime, but I'm going to start doing it because I'm all that and then some. But I will go out with bare feet into the grass at 4, maybe sometimes I get up at 4 o'clock, maybe even 4:20. But for the most part, I get up and I do some grounding. And then I memorize a lot of my affirmations, like I am in complete flow with the universe's synchronicity, that everything that is happening for me is happening to benefit my future endeavors. And I speak things of that nature so that those things can manifest. Another thing that I also speak is speak about what my day is going to be like. I also speak from the future in the moment of now and remembering my past. And what I mean by that is I say things like, man, that was amazing that you was actually able to get all that those projects and those things that you said you wrote down that you was going to go pay a ticket or go grocery shopping. You know, the things that was important for you to say that I needed to get those things done, those things are going to be done because you're going to speak that those things got done properly.
We are more than meets the eye.
That's right. You speak that into existence. You speak about what your day was like. You say that you had an amazing day. You take yourself all the way to the end of the day that you are in your bed, you done washed up, you done ate your dinner, and your belly feels full in your mind. You're laying in your bed and you're just observing how wonderful your day went. And you put yourself right in that moment of, I got this taken care of, that taken care of. My day was fulfilled and beneficial and progressive. And when you do that and you have the expectation of that exactly happening just like you spoke it, wrote it, thought it, then what will happen next? You will start to see a pattern of your day starting to come out more easygoing and things of that nature. So after I do that, some people, they laugh. I'm cool with you laughing. But I hug a tree. I hug my tree and I think myself into the tree. I think myself as the tree. I think myself as a solid bond that I can actually see myself in an etheric sense, that I can see myself connected in the energy source, that I am connected to the roots. And the roots are connected. This is a big old root ball in deep down, and that root ball of these roots got all this information because the soil is feeding off the soil. All this soil that hasn't ever seen sunlight. It's always has been in darkness and well, the soil that I'm speaking about deep down, it probably has seen daylight. But I'm just basically saying that when I hug a tree, I go that detailed and that deep into it because I know what that's going to produce for me. That tree is now realigning me. Grounding is now realigning me. When I sun gaze, I'm now gaining vitamin D and more information, cosmic information that's being sent to us that a lot of people they would never be able to gain information because they have their minds closed. When you're a sheeple, that's what happens to sheeple. Sheeple have a situation with themselves where they follow the leader, and the leader is leading to slaughter. Okay, and when I say slaughter, I just mean slaughter of your dreams, your ideas, your ambitions.
They stagnating
Yeah.
your ideas.
Yeah, and when your ideas get stagnated, then they get pushed into the background. So going back before I read my Operation Forgiveness, um, I was speaking about the sisters. Now, with you being able to be real with yourself, you're very intuitive, and you have a very deep spiritual insight. You're a nurturer. So with you being this, you have to allow yourself to embrace your own self. The part of you that has the care and the tender love for self-preservation, for spiritual preservation, so that you yourself will be able to dig deep inside yourself and then pull out the better you. Okay? And the better you is the better you that has the truthfulness within you, that you have the ability to be honest with your own self. So when you're able to do that, that's when the journey of re-evolution will begin. And your re-evolution is me transforming you, because you have the ability to transform into something even greater. A lot of us down here have been transforming into something worse and worse. We got road ragers. We got people who are just complete contagious with their negative energy. They so powerful with it that they give out so much of that negative energy that they help to bring the flow. Because you got the positive flow, you got the negative flow. Well, the flow is just a flow, so I can't even say positive, negative. But they get their energy out there into the flow of life, and then they become more contagious. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a counter contagion that's going to be an anti negative rebounder, where it's going to repel any of the negative.
Rebuke it.
That's right. We're going to have a magnet. What I'm instilling within you all is a magnetic force, and this magnetic force is pushing and separating, keeping you in a boundary of positive energy, while this negative energy is being repulsed. Because when you take two magnets and you turn them the polarities properly, one pulls to the other. But if you turn the polarity around, it pushes away. So if a negative energy is in your presence, or is trying to be in your presence, what I'm doing for you right now is I'm placing a shield, a magnetic, energetic, growing force field of light that is repelling the negative energy, but it also has the power of the polarity of pulling positive energy to your energy space.
So it's blocking negativity.
Well, it's not so much as blocking it. It's just not allowing it to come in, because it's being repelled. So like I said, two magnets. If one magnet pushes it, it's not blocking it. It's just the force of it. The positive energetic force of this magnetic energy field is repulsing. It's like two things that's pushing. See, it's just push it. Just pushes it away. It can't come in its presence, and within a certain magnetic force.
That's how life is.
Yeah. So far as the sisters are concerned, what I'm doing is I'm bringing a metamorphosis to you all. I'm bringing a transformation. I'm bringing it to your awareness. You are the ones who will transform yourself. Okay. Now, how all this operates is. So for example, with my models, when we do a show, before we do a show, we do several rehearsals, and we do several therapeutic counseling and suggestion making. You know, what was the word you said earlier? What was suggestion? What is the word for suggestion?
Oh, what are you talking about? Influence?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I give them influence.
Or redirect them?
Yeah, I give them direction. Yeah, I give them direction on how I want them to see themselves when they hit the runway, and then I put it in their minds and their hearts that they are to carry this with them from this point on forward. That they are people who have gone through so much in life that they ended up becoming something amazing and great. And what transformation that I give for them is they first start off as a princess when they are at the very beginning of preparing to leave out. Okay, they're already a princess, and when they're waiting their turn, they're in their cocoon. And when they're in their cocoon, they are becoming even greater, forged with greatness.
The resurrection.
Yeah. The resurrection from a caterpillar, because they walked from this point to this point, and they're on a pause mode. While they're in pause mode, they're in their cocoon. And when they come out of their cocoon, they come out as a queen. Okay? So they're coming out as the beginning stages of a queen.
So they're growing.
Yeah, and
they're
then
elevating.
And right, and as they're elevating and growing and walking, moving, and gaining royal experience, what's happening is at that point they are becoming in tune with the next level of who they are becoming, and that next level of who they're becoming now is an empress. Okay, so you go from princess to queen. From queen to goddess, and to empress. Sorry about that. My apologies. You go to empress, and now while you're in your empress state, now you're learning to become a goddess. See, you have to go stair stepping, because you can't take up too much energy and information all at one time.
Well,
you have to take baby steps and be fed little at a time. So it takes a process of princess to empress to gain the in intelligence and the knowing and the wisdom, the infinite wisdom of a goddess. So once you become a goddess, that's when you're graduated.
And the sister has the mitochondria DNA of the God factor, so she can perfect herself.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot, like you said, a lot of times the sisters, we do a lot of sacrificing for them children. To make sure they got decent clothes, food. Some people don't want to sign government paperwork to get them all your business just to get food stamps. So some people work hard. So they don't have to have everybody in their business, but some people don't. So you can't judge them. Help them. Uplift them. Right. So they don't have to do the father and the mother. They should only have to play the role of the mother. You need the father to come in, or a baba, or a brother that is into mentoring our young brothers and sisters into a positive light. Yeah, shout outs to Blair Anderson. He does that. Yes, over here at Temple Beth Hill. Shout outs to Global Empowerment. To Art Cartwright, our mentor. Teach us about LLCs and coming into comprehension of moving forward. Don't allow people to stagnate your thought. Especially if it's a high positive thought. We are creators and makers of our own.
That's right. So the next point I wanted to make is actually a grand shout out again. Okay, normally I'm in my king apparel, my king garments.
We call it royal.
Yeah.
Formal wear.
Right. My emperor royal formal wear. And the reason why I decided to come in, because with me preparing to work with the Lions and doing different things, making crowns and working with some of the people that I'm going to be working with in the near future, I said it's time for me to start supporting my teams, the teams of Detroit, Michigan. So today I said I'm gonna wear the Lions just to start my new show, my first show. I said I'm giving it a tribute to the Lions, and they have been doing an immaculate job. They have been ravaging and savaging across the land, putting fear in everybody's hearts that here come the Lions. They about to come. They about to come and ravage us. They about to come and put it down. And guess what, y'all? I'm a lion. I'm a Leo. I was born July 25th, 1971. That makes me a Leo. I was born 6:09 p.m. Born on the 7th floor, put in the 25th baby bin. So I got a lot of sevens in my name. And then I also just found out that Detroit was born in the Leo season.
That's what's up.
I think it was born. It was discovered or.
So you the king of Detroit?
Yeah, yeah. It was a day before. It's July the 24th. And well, we can look it up, and I looked it up, and I saw it was in the.
Detroit.
Okay, so I nominate myself to be the mascot of Detroit for royalty and elegant behavior, royal greatness. Okay. So that's what and then I also want you guys to know one thing. I'm running for a trillionaire, so I want you all to nominate me to be the next trillionaire. You can start off by cash apping me the McClure collection. $ the McClure MCCLURE collections. You know how to spell collection, so I want you to start being a part of some of the things that's going on. And some of the things that's going on is you guys are going to be able to, if you're not able to attend the shows, I'm going to make it where you'll have a connection to be able to check the shows out. Pay-per-view and all the other things. Tubi, different things that's going on. We got movies we're working on. We got reality shows. I got a reality show here that I'm a part of. I got a reality show in California that I'll be doing. So it's a whole lot of just great things in the mix right now. And with me having that, also I'm starting I started it here already here in Detroit. It's called the McClure Academy. And this McClure Academy will consist of all those who will be a part of the future projects. And the future projects will be opening all those who are a part of the McClure Academy. It will connect them. It will put them in network with heavy hitters, millionaires, billionaires, celebrities, agencies that's doing big things. We will be a part of all of those things, so we will be as close to them as our breath is close to us when we breathe. Okay?
Okay. I'm feeling that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
We're going to elevate right now.
That's right.
We're going to elevation.
I'm not going to tell.
Evolve to a higher degree.
I'm not going to tell who some of these people are, but you will start to see them soon. And I also am working on my magazine. So this magazine will consist of a lot of interactive prizes for you, or not surprises or prizes, but for you to be able to be a part of the shows. But you have to buy the magazine, because in the magazine it has information, because a lot of the shows are going to be private. It's going to be hush-hush, and there's going to be a lot of people there at these events. But these events are going to be events that's going to be in secrecy unless you have the information that's in being a part of the McClure Collection City Tribe. Okay?
All right.
That's right, the McClure Collection City Tribe, where it's a tribe of us that's the size of a city. And what we're planning on doing is growing to be the size of a planet. Okay? That means that we are all over, everywhere. Just like salespeople, they're all over the place. That's how many of us there are right now. Okay? And the person who I am is Emperor Anubis. I am the dragon. All right? So what I'm going to do is go ahead on and read to you. It's also a part of my book, so this is kind of me reading to you some of this information or some of the stuff in my book. This is called Operation Forgiveness, Level 1. I had to free myself from myself. I was a prisoner of war against my own self.
Wow.
I felt buried from my unconfronted, unresolved issues. I was caged in my past memories, a hostage to my unnoticed insecurities. Yes. As of this year, I have outgrown these useless traits. I had to re-evolve and re-invent. I had to reboot myself, y'all. I had to identify with my thriving madness of confusion and non progress. So I began to work on myself. I stopped being selfish and forgave myself and others by letting it go and letting it flow, y'all. Now, let's get to the growing issues that brought strong concern of people I continue to cut off and block. People who I could have settled these issues with and ended it on a good note. See, you throwing me off. You throwing me off. See, I was like, okay. Because I don't be reading a lot, so. But I'm getting back into the reading. But anyway, y'all, let me go back a little bit so y'all can catch up. Okay, people, I continue to cut and block people off who I could have settled these issues with, and it ended it on a good note. The more I handled things immaturely, the more people grew bad on my list. That means I was building up more and more people to have opposition against mentally. I collected unnecessary emotional anchored baggage, making me meaner and quicker to be negative on some road rage stuff off the road. So I decided to end the negative parade, forcing its way into unnoticed parts of my life. As I walk with happiness on the outside, but something different on the inside. I had to get it together, y'all. Reflections, I had to get it together. I saw it was needed. I now have the clarity to do a thorough inspection and spring cleaning on my present state of mind and emotions. I have been the exotic nonsense man for a while, who was emotionally constipated, disruptive, and disrupted.
Wow.
That's right. I was a disruptor, and I was disrupted.
Whoa.
Okay? Now, I'm coming to notice why I had so many challenges and character building moments with myself. This kind of behavior opened up my heart to become more of a Scrooge. I was filled up with no release to the madness I allowed to be stored within me. I felt I felt a mean, unreasonable presence within me. I kept reliving over and over all my anger, disappointment, frustrations with everybody that I had unresolved issues with. I felt like I was getting played when I was giving my best. So now I understand my clogged up feelings, and now I release myself from the pain. The severe pain that I went through, man, the cries that was deep within. I was locked in agony from within because of the ones I brought trouble upon. I forgave myself and the wrong that I brought onto myself and others. I spoke apologetic forgiveness in my heart to them and for them. The hurt and the pain that I endured, it smothered me. So I released my intentions to disconnect this chaos and this illness. I mentally released it as burning ashes floating away from me into the nothingness. This release has allowed the true flow of clarity to release its soaring ego sight within me. My awareness now was heightened. I now purged and transformed as the phoenix. I arose into the skies from the flames as the master of self, C-E-L-F. The master of self with the final puzzle pieces finally all in place to see the big picture on how things truly are in life, in my life.
Whoa.
I dedicate this to all of y'all, my brothers and my sisters. Let the real you who carries the responsibility of a leader thrive. Lead yourself to your own personal victories. So the question, people. So what do I do to make up for all of my wrongdoings I have done in the past? Oh, that's easy, baby. Stay focused. Stay holding on to the person that the Phoenix left you to be. A responsible and accountable person for yourself, for myself and for others. To be a good father, to be a good friend, a good partner, a good teacher, a team leader. To be the beacon of light, the testimony of somebody becoming even greater. To be a good son. You know, people, I've always had a lot going good on for myself in life. I never had the 100% true gratitude for the gift of life that that I have right now. As for my past, I now look back and I see I was living in a daydream, never noticing I was only seeing life with my peripheral sight, meaning I had blurry and hard to see vision to see and understand things in life. So here, recently, I went through some unexpected challenges that blindsided me, that T-boned me, just cracked me upside my head and left me for dead. However, that's how life is. And these things that happened caused me to react with a negative energy that was built up in me that no one would be able to relate to or even understand me. So this situation caused a reboot within my system. It caused me to realign and be rejuvenated. Yes, a rude awakening was within my presence. This opened me up to a better vision of me. I had been bathed in the fire of life, leaving me refurbished, reconditioned, and renewed. I feel my soul was left shiny, clean, and brand new, with new and amazing plans to bring a better, as a good Samaritan and a good family and friend member, and even to myself. As for my built-up anger, I felt as if I was hijacked by my narcissistic, egotistical mind. And the positive part of me was locked away.
Wow.
Unable to respond with a responsible, mature reaction. Yes, y'all.
That's a lot.
I totally understand me now, and I accept my responsibilities, missions, and my purpose in life. As I now overstand as a high supreme light body, source energy being, self, I rise. I rise and I teleportate myself to where I belong in a state of abundance, happiness, and a peace of mind. So I now am working with the grand universal soul awareness of my beautiful life. I am reinforced with my infinite wisdom, super intuitional alert awareness, and highly intelligent common sense as my first reaction to the challenges of life. I call character building moments. I now mentally and spiritually stand in front of you as a grandmaster of my love for life and leadership. People, take a moment in your mind, or even go to your bathroom or where a mirror is, and look into your own eyes with an honest version of you that keeps it real. Working with that voice of reasoning, intuition, and gut feeling, first mind thinking. Okay? And I want you to be honest with yourself and see where you have gone down the wrong road. Where did you split from the better you? So that you being able to identify with this will make it possible that you can get back into your home position where you are back as the source energy being that you were contracted to be in your soul contract. Remembering that you came down here with a purpose and reason. So after hearing this must not take forever for you to heal or for you to realign with the higher frequency, better version of you, for you to only to get better, to do better. I command you all to claim your better, that you are better now. You owe it to yourself. A better life filled with focus, clarity, balance, joyfulness, calmness, security, abundance, colorful excitement for life, and consistency, and a peace within your own mind, leaving you a glowing, beautiful soul. I leave you with infinite love and peace, that it lifts you, gives you wings to levitate yourself, to leave you flowing, because the floor is about to fall from underneath us. Not literally, but spiritually. So that I leave you with the love and peace and prosperity to you all, that you will continue to grow towards the sun as the amazing person you have always been within. People, take care of yourself, love yourself unconditionally, and take note that I love us all. To be continued. I am Radio 7 Powerful, the McClure Show, with the sound of thunder crackling in the background.
88.1 FM.
You got a commercial for us?
All right, we getting ready to have our commercial break. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Elevated.
Full scale dopeness, y'all. Can you dig it? Now, what this is in California in the backyard. We set up some of my art pieces that I created and made. This here is a fashion show we did at a double mansion.
And inspire you to rise up to the next level of your royal greatness.
Okay.
And carry on with elite behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, royalty first starts within the heart. And in the mind. See, you gotta let your heart tell you the truth.
That's our God.
All right.
To access the reality that exists within you, that is the supreme version of you right now. I command you all to rise so that you can see how high you can go. Until later on, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to leave the light on for your Hotel 7.
Now this here is the king of Afghanistan's son, the prince of Afghanistan, Tony Abrams. And what I did was I made what he's wearing, and I also presented that challenge to him. And he is the owner of Studio 54, and I'm preparing to do the clothing and the props for this movie he's doing for Studio 54. And in that group of people are nothing but millionaires and billionaires. The guy right there behind him he owns 3 airlines. So when I'm in California, I'm around nothing but wealth, and that's where the McClure collection is bringing you to a level of wealth. So you all out there, I want you to create a dream that is to come to a fruition. I want you to write it down and bring it into the front of view of what the universe is going to produce for you, okay? Now this here was an amazing night. We just did amazing things that night. This is in one of the mansions. That lady, she owns 2 airlines as well. All wealthy people. The person who invited me to be a part of this is my boy Kango. So Kango said, look man, I want you to come and be a part of this. And as a matter of fact, me and Erica was there, and we ended up being on like Vogue magazine of Vietnam. We was on there 3 months straight on the front page. 3 different magazines, okay? The McClure collection, y'all. So.
Shout outs to Amor.
That's right.
Aliil, how you doing out there, Amor? Aliil.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so like I said, I have dreams, and then I remember the dreams, and then my intuition connects with my dreams, and it shows me what's supposed to go on there, where the pieces are, where are those pieces at, either somewhere in your pile of collection of pieces, or somewhere at a store where you know to go get it. So what happens is I remember the dreams intuitionally, and it just shows itself to me.
About to tell them cut off.
You know, after
10 minutes we can finish
a process of getting this presented itself to me.
Shut it.
What is he
Shut
talking
the cut
about
off.
this?
Yeah.
But what I meant when I said
All right, that was pretty interesting. is phenomenal.
Thank you, thank you. I have a lot of other things coming up real soon. Here in California, also in Georgia, Miami, Las Vegas, New York, New Jersey. Oh, did I say New Jersey? Well, I guess I'm gonna do 2 shows in New Jersey. Manhattan, Times Square. Yes, we will be doing a lot of different. You, as a matter of fact, she went. We did a show together in New Jersey and New York or whatever, where we rocked it. We carried us some of our audience with us, and we did a tour, the McClure Collection Melanin Fest.
It was a tour. It was a tour.
Yeah, and we did amazing. So we got more of that stuff coming up where you all will be experiencing. A lot of people you call it fashion shows. I call them royal experiences. And so I'd like to make a shout out to a few people: Erica Chong, Aaliyah Smith, Ella Smith. I'd like to make a shout out to Carly Brock. I'd like to make a shout out to Ariel Reese, Michaela Reese, Ronald Reese. Those are my children. A shout out to Seven Eric Chong McClure, my son. I'd like to make a shout out to all of the Goddess Tribe who I've been working close with. I'd like to make a shout out to Cisco, Love Rose, Ohana Garden, Marsha Music, Marsha Philpotts, Marsha Battle, David Philpotts, Dr. Chill, Art God. Make a shout out to Pappuccino, Rhythm Rug, Venus Sublime. I might like to make a shout out to Princess, to Lala, Michelle, all of those people who have encountered the McClure Collection and have been of a great assistance in bringing the McClure Collection to an amazing event. I'd like to give that amazing shout out to you all. A shout out to
I want to send out some love divine for the Sister Z Nelson Bay that just recently passed. Her family, sending out some love, sending out healing powers to the highest degree, sending out divine healing prayers for the family. The Nelson Bays for Sister Z Nelson Bay. That was a sister. She was very beautiful. Allowed me to stay at her house and helped me think about some things to move forward on life.
Yeah.
To help others.
That's right. I also like to give a shout out to my sister. I'd like to give a shout out to my cousin Big Wayne. And who is Big Wayne? Big Wayne is a brother who he's an officer of the law. He works for the sheriff's office. As an officer, and he also has several buildings. He's got two of his buildings is dedicated to me to be able to use for reproducing, recreating some of my art pieces, my statues and things of that nature. So I wanted to also let you all know that there will be a catalog that will be available very soon, and I will have all of the models. They will have complete connection to the catalog so that you all will be able to get whatever it is that you're interested in. As far as the clothing is concerned, you want to be a part of a show. I got several movies that we're going to be doing, several videos. We got several other events, the polo show. We're going to be doing things with helicopters and airplanes and car shows out in California as well as here in Detroit. So we have a plethora. We have a parade of things. Also, we're looking to do opening up for the circus, the Soul Circus.
Universal
Soul Circus. And what we're going to do for them, we're going to turn up and pull up and pull up and turn up and pull up on them.
Pull up and
turn up. Where you at with it? How you doing?
We done learned how to roll up and show up.
Wow, okay. And so what's going to happen is at these events coming up, we're going to have a booth and a table. And these booths and tables are going to be, some of the stuff on there is just to draw your attention in.
So we're vending.
Yeah, it's going to bring your attention in to what we have to offer you. And so some of the things that's going to be there are going to be for show and tell, but not for sale. But then the rest of some of the other amazing things that you guys are going to love is going to be for show and tell and for sale. So when you come out to our events, you got to be ready to come and support the vendors, the black owners who are here to bring you things that you can only receive at a venue, an event like what we have to offer.
Well, to vend, make sure you know that you can contact us so you'll be able to vend and sell your products and items.
That's right, and all you designers out there who what I'm doing is I'm picking all the most unique, amazing designers, because now it's not about the plain clothes or just a regular look. We are going above and beyond. We're going with looks that bring you to the thought and idea of coming to America, okay? And that's...
Do you know that's what my baby called me, the 10-year-old, when I pick her up, when I used to pick her up from school.
Okay.
She said, oh, here they come, coming to America.
Well, that's okay, because she see what it is, and that's what it is. Coming to America is about people that's doing well. So if anybody got anything negative to say to try to counteract our greatness, actually, you are actually giving us compliments. So she just only gave you a compliment.
Oh,
if you being seen, because I've had people in the past be, oh, here come coming to America. Oh. Yeah, thank you for the compliment, because, yes, coming to America was the representation of what we all are truly working with. So in my near future, I have art pieces that I will be placing on the runway. Not only runway, we will be having art pieces that will be all around inside of our mansion shows. So in the mansion fashion shows that we will be doing, we will be auctioning off the clothing as well as the art pieces. We're going to have a bunch of Vanna Whites in there that's going to be, showing off the art pieces and letting you see that the McClure collection and Art God, King Art God, is definitely here to pleasure your mind.
Live and direct.
That's right, y'all. So keep up with us. Continue on paying attention to what's going on. My Instagram, you can catch me on my Instagram. That's cousin Wayne just calling me now. Look at that. You can catch me on my Instagram, 7_ McClure. That's SEVIN _MCCLURE. You can also reach me on Anubis, ANUBIS McClure, MCCLURE, and the third one, 7 SEVIN McClure. That's just all, no underscore, just one. And what about you?
And you can reach me on Facebook as a Maxim Cook Bay. That's Facebook. What up, dog? Facebook. We run Detroit.
We run it.
0.1 FM.
Pull up.
See me on Facebook.
Turn up.
Maxim Cook Bay. Instagram Bay of Maxim every Sunday at 6 p.m. for the Queen Hour, where we turn up and
pull up and turn up, and tell them about 107.5.
We will be coming on 107.5. We need to schedule something. We haven't scheduled.
I know. We got a lot of greatness coming on. Not only that, I know it's time to get off, but I also wanted to let you know, you guys, when I'm in California, I still will be here on the show. We working it out so things can happen the way it needs to, so that we can do this every week.
Via satellite or something?
Yeah, wouldn't we do that via satellite when I'm in? Okay.
All right, that's what's up.
Yep. So continue being the better version of you, and remember, you are amazing. It's time for you to prove it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. Bow! I just shot you with nothing but positive, light, love, energy. I love us all. Continue being light-body beings of source energy. Peace.
It is our time.